Hello, and welcome to my first War of the Spark event. This is a competitive sealed league. Get all the arts appearing here. Wow, lots of planeswalkers. And yeah, what I like to do is first look at the power, which generally is going to be by rarity, not always. And then look about fixing, which is going to be a bit different than the last few sets because we don't have a ton of common gates and things. But yeah, I've looked over the set, but you know, I'm not super familiar with it yet, of course, first event. So we'll be going over that. No mythics, well, let's see. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of planeswalkers. Generally, you'll want to play these, and a lot of other random things. Bioessence Hydra. Yeah, I mean, this one's insane, especially if you do have a bunch of planeswalkers around, and I guess even if you don't, it's still playable. Awakening. Yeah, that's going to be a pretty strong play. Make a 9/9. Maybe land destruction is better, or out of the sideboard against this. Sorin is pretty insane. A lot of the planeswalkers at uncommon just don't have pluses. So these plus planeswalkers are especially good with Hydra. Don't think our fixing is going to be as good to play Orzhov with Simic, but we'll see. Casualties of War is insane too. Yeah, it seems like they really powered up removal in the set, and it's going to be kind of slower than usual. Krenko, obviously kind of insane. Wow. It keeps getting bigger and keeps making more goblins attacking. Yeah, that should be, yeah, pretty insane. Okay, yeah, and I can't recognize the power immediately. Let's see about all our planeswalkers. We don't even have that many planeswalkers. We have... Oh, I'm sorry, yeah, we do have a few. Huatli, which is the real deal with this Bioessence Hydra, because it comes in with 1/1 counters equal to the number of loyalty counters you have in play. And this starts with 7. It's pretty cheap. Statue. Obnixilis. Yeah, let's take a look at the planeswalkers, because this whole set's kind of based around those, and they probably, you know, are the build-arounds of the set. So we've got Obnixilis here. Again, the uncommons aren't going to have plus abilities, but this can destroy 2 creatures, so maybe that's good, except the controller gets to draw 2 cards, so I guess what you'd really want to do is destroy your own creatures, or kill your opponent with it. Jaya, 2 damage to any target, again, kind of like 2 removal spells, can attack planeswalkers too, and that's important. But also, with this thing out, it's going to do 3 damage instead, so that's like 2 lightning bolts, and that's kind of insane. So red does look powerful. Let's see. Exile a creature? Exile 2 creatures with this? That's kind of awesome. And yeah, make sure we know about Sorin. Sorin plus 2s to do 1 damage. Okay, so biting something. And then it can return a creature with converted mana cost X or less from your graveyard to your battlefield and becomes a vampire. Yeah, that's definitely powerful. It's one of the cheaper planeswalker options. Neoform, sacrifice a creature. Okay, so it's like a mini birthing pod effect. Great. Not exactly sure what this is pulling us into. Maybe Sultai? Or maybe even something like Abzan splashing blue for the Hydra. The Hydra's pretty powerful. Abzan being, you know, green, white, black. So we'll see. The next thing I want to do is take a look at the fixing. We saw a bit of that, but maybe not enough. Do we have any good lands? No. Blast Zone, if anything, this is just the opposite of fixing. It's something you'll play over a spell in your deck. We have Firemind's Vessel, Mana Geode, Prismite, which is like a bad version of fixing, and Guild Globe. Yeah, Mana Geode and Firemind Vessel are definitely powerful ones. These are the kind of things you're going to want to include in your deck if you have something powerful and off color. Same with the Guild Globe and stuff. Probably always play this. Draw a card, sacrifice it later to filter. Prismite's probably fine. I mean, it's an easy to cast early 2/1 that you can filter 2 mana in to meet your color requirements. Yeah, so we'll definitely keep all of that in mind, and it's pretty, you know, it's fixing without requirements. You don't have to be in a specific color, unlike the lockets or something. So those are good ones to keep in mind. Also, there is some green fixing, so I'm going to start looking at the colors with green. Take a look at the curve and the good spells in each color. So some of these will be support spells. Crocodile, Hexproof. Yeah, with so many things that put 1/1 counters on and buff up creatures, Hexproof is probably fairly decent in this set. It might not have some broken like flying lifelink vigilance combo as it has in the past, but we'll just have to see. Pollen Bright, Druid, yeah, anything that says proliferate on it is something I want to look for. Oh yeah, our bug is back. Yeah, anytime I have a double of a card, it seems to be like 1 card per pool is this magic textless promo ugly thing. But there we are. Arlen's Wolf probably good. I'm not as interested in the vanilla stuff because I'm just going to fill my deck in with whatever the vanilla stuff is. New Horizons, there we go. That's a really solid one. Proliferate. Awakening's really good. Creatures you control gain trample. This is a good size of a creature. I'm not sure which one of these will sort of win the best common 5-drop green creature. It might just depend on your deck. Enters. You gain 3 life and add 1 mana of any color. That's good fixing too, and good ramp. So if you have stuff to do with more mana, then you'll be willing to spend 4 mana on a ramp creature. Okay. Yeah, Bond of Flourishing looks solid. Exile target card from a graveyard. Probably worth running at least 1 Return to Nature main deck. Probably not worth running Forced Landing main deck. Flyers are important, so maybe time will tell, but yeah, we'll see. Tricks I'm not as interested in. Okay, so the stuff I'm really interested in out of green is the fixing, the proliferate, and this big bomb creature. Maybe it's just the kind of format where these are absolute bombs too, but I don't see it that way just yet. So these 7 are ones I'll almost definitely play in green. What to look at next? Well, linking green to blue kind of makes sense since we have the Bioessence Hydra. Crush Descent. Yeah, this is not... Well, Crush Descent's better than it looks, I guess. Proliferate, draw a card. That's not bad. Common Proliferate cards are definitely worth watching out for. Proliferate, draw card. I mean, that's the kind of card you want in that spells deck. Tamiyo's Epiphany is insane. Lazartep's Plating is pretty good, probably worth a 1 of in a deck. And Crush Descent is not one I'm excited about. Skulker's probably better than it looks. I think the creatures here are decent. But what I really want is to build around these planeswalkers and things, so yeah, we'll keep blue in mind. After blue, we're looking at black, I guess, because this Casualties of War is just so ridiculous. I mean, if you're killing two things with this, I mean, that's likely, right? Creature, land. Usually you'll be killing three things because they'll have a planeswalker, a creature, and a land. If you hit four things, I mean, goodness, 4 for 1 is really hard to come back from. That's more than half of your hand to begin with. And then congratulations if you ever hit 5 things. But getting 2 is enough. 2 for 1. Kill their best creature, kill a land. No problem. But yeah, it'll often be better than that. Only 6 men. I mean, what more could you ask for? Instant speed? Card is nuts. Sacrifice a creature or planeswalker. Put 2/1/1 counters on it. Yeah, I mean, that's strong. You don't want to load your deck up with 1/1s that don't really do anything on their own. But, I mean, there might be cards like Kaya where you use it twice and then you want it to go away. And then to play your second copy of Kaya. Yeah, and the trick is to survive until you can cast your 6-drop removal spells like this. And then be able to protect it. So it looks like a powerful and slow format. Maybe it's faster than I'm giving it credit for, but I don't know. We'll just have to see how good 2 damage to a creature is. Flying, give it haste, Shriek Diver. Yeah, these little flyers, especially ones that are kind of tricky, might go way up. Obnixilis, definitely interesting. And it's going to win you the game on its own. Just let them draw 20 cards and they'll be dead. Each opponent sacrifices a creature, that's probably fine, even without Liliana. Thirst depends on how heavy black you are, because if you're running out Thirst turn 2, that's pretty good. But if you have to wait until turn 6, maybe not as good. Ooh, Aid the Fallen. Yeah, that'll be a powerful role player here. Each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. Definitely want something like that. We can just sit back on it. It's common. Crazy. It could be a very high land format too. I'm thinking 18, 19 lands, especially in sealed. Operative's okay, but not that exciting. Hippos are okay, but not exciting. Toll of the Invasion in a powerful format like this is going to be annoying to play against, and I'll definitely run one. Yeah, black is good. Probably, I mean, we're looking like Sultai splashing a couple bombs now. How good is white? Well, we've got Trusted Pegasus, which is very good. Rising Populace will get big pretty quickly, and anything that can get a 1/1 counter on it is worth looking at for all the proliferate in this set. Tap target permanent, kill it if it's an artifact. At instant speed and you draw a card, that's not bad. Yeah, the white looks more aggressive than our pool is really going for. Charmed Stray, this is a contentious one. I mean, if you have 4, go nuts. Or if you have a Johnny's Pridemate, I think it also gets pretty good. But it's pretty conditional. It's a 1-mana 1/1. In a slow format like this, the life gain isn't as important as it might otherwise be. But in the land of 1/1 counters and proliferate, maybe it's better than it looks if it's supported. Turn 3, put the 1/1 counter on here and get in there. Gideon Sacrifice, not a fan. Yeah, I don't think I love the white here. We don't have insane creatures. The Lawrune Enforcer and Trusted Pegasus are probably the best, but the rest are not that exciting. In fact, the Enforcer is our only removal spell. Pretty good one, but okay. Last color to look at here is red, and we have some good stuff. Creature can't block. Yeah, the Bind Blast is pretty good. This is the kind of thing that if your opponent has a big blocker, it will enable an attack into a Planeswalker. I imagine you're going to want to set up pressure on the board early to get past Planeswalkers. Demolish might be good in this set, especially against our Bomb, Awakening. Side in your Demolish. Salmon Sprint. Yeah, Pyrohelix is a good one. The Blast is good, again, because you're trying to hit Planeswalkers. Jaya, incredible. If only it was Jaya's Pyrohelix. No, it still works with Chandra's Pyrohelix. Probably works even better. Draw 2 cards and mass 1. I kind of like this card. Yeah, I mean, not worth going crazy over, but Krenko. Yeah, if anything, we have a Boros deck here. I don't want to just go into it for one card, which in this case would be Krenko. I mean, Krenko is like far and away the most aggressive card in the set, I think, and just pretty insane. But this is sealed. People are going to play all their removal. If they're holding up Pyrohelix or Sorin's Thirst on turn 3, then you're not going to be able to get there. And you need more stuff to fill the board with. First strike on your turn. Yeah, I mean, yeah, this is just not exciting to me. We have some power here, but in the end, the cards like Casualties of War and Bioessence Hydra are just much more appealing to me. And hopefully we have enough to survive the early turns. I doubt many people are going to build an incredible aggressive deck in sealed like this. Wow, the Ugin's Conjurant. Oh wow, it's a Phantom. Prevent the damage from it and then remove a 1/1 counter. Yeah, that's really good. 2 mana 2/2. Cards like this will make multicolored decks better because no matter what colors you're in, you'll be able to do these things early. Iron Bully, is that any good? Yeah, 2/2 Menace. That's pretty easy to cast and puts that 1/1 counter somewhere. But yeah, I think I'm gonna try to do a very high land deck. Epiphany. Maybe one of these Crushed Descents. There's going to be too much I want to put in here. That's the problem. Godpharaoh's Statue is a win condition. Yeah, it's going to be too much I want to play. What does Huatli do? Gain life equal to the greatest toughness among creatures you control. I don't know. I think it's just crazy enough to play it with Bioessence Hydra that I might want it for that reason. Maybe I'll end up cutting it. Snare Spinner. Yeah, that's a good one. Early protection for your Planeswalkers. Nurturer. Return to Nature. I do want one of those. This thing's pretty good. The Proliferate is kind of insane. Any way you can milk another activation out of your Planeswalker, especially the ones that can't tick up, is going to be strong. Of course, you'll need a couple Proliferates to get Kaya up to the 3rd activation, but you never know. Maybe it'll take 2 damage or something, and you'll get it back up sooner. Obnixilis, Aid the Fallen. Yeah, it's going to be way too much stuff here. Return target creature from your graveyard to the battlefield. It gains haste. From your graveyard. I'm not sure that's as good. We have so few creatures here. Operative, probably fine. Sorin's Thirst. Yeah, a lot of our creatures will be in the form of a mass, so that's worth considering. Wow, there's just far too much to play. I do like Shriek Diver. When this dies in mass too. Yeah, a lot of these things I just want to kind of leave out of there. Menace will be good. Menace and sacrificing maybe your 1/1 army before you make another one. Yeah, weird one. Aid the Fallen gets a creature back and a planeswalker back. I mean, that's just exactly what this format wants, I would imagine. Dismissal, pretty good. Snare Spinner, that might be an early cut. Return to Nature, I like it. Conjurant, definitely. I'm going to put that in the 2-drop slot. Spellkeeper, weird. 1/4, not a bad blocker. Gets back things like Epiphany or whatever. Courage in Crisis. That's an early cut, although I do like to proliferate. One Sorin's Thirst. Still 27. 27 is far too many. Far too many cards here. Yeah, let's just cut some of the stuff we're not sure about. Oh, if you control... Yeah, Liliana Planeswalker. It's not as good. Triumph. I could see cutting Liliana's Triumph. It's definitely good. But might not be exactly what we want. Playing both Kayas, I think that's worth it. Especially with a Dreadmulkin. I could see the Opportunist not being that good. But if we're playing for a board stall, then that is a legit win condition. I don't really know how this would be a board stall. Casualties. I do want Toll. Spellkeeper, weird. I could see taking that out. When it enters Scry 1. Okay, this is down to 24. What more can we cut here? I want to leave in Pollenbright Druid. You can either put a 1/1 counter on something or proliferate. So maybe we can take out, like... Well, I do like the Opportunist. Destroy creature, its controller draws 2 cards. Kind of a slow win with that. Do we need all of this stuff? Do we need all of this fixing? I mean, we're kind of ramping up to some good stuff, but let's see. And then we have all these big creatures that are, I don't know, that like we're not playing. Instead, we're playing all this removal. That's okay. We should be pretty strong against our opponent's big creatures. A lot of stuff to do early. We could be on the draw. And I need a cut still. What to cut? What to cut here? Keep in the Opportunist. I might cut the Prismite. As easy as that is to play early, it just doesn't do much. It's pretty hard to filter, and we have plenty of other fixing, I think. 23. I wanted to play a lot of lands, but we have enough here that finds lands or is effectively land that I'll just be on the draw if I can afford it. And for the life of me, I can't think of what else to cut out of this deck. So, try that. I do want the Spellkeeper weird too. Maybe we cut one of the Kayas, although Kaya's just so powerful. Yeah, I mean, potentially we go up to a 41 card deck. Kind of crazy to do it, but we have a lot of, I don't know, card draw, scrying card draw. And very few ways to just kill opponents outright. Yeah, I'll do the 41 card special here. If we were a more aggressive deck, that's a worse plan because you just want to draw your best creatures all the time. But here it's like we have a couple bombs, sure, but we don't really know what we want to draw. I'm even cutting a Sorin's Thirst, or if we want to even play this many colors. Yeah, I like this. All right, 11, 7, 4, 1. And any incidental white fixing will help our Kayas, I guess. Yeah, start here. Some of our fixing is in green. Blast Zone. Do we want to play this? Probably. But again, that would be another spell being cut, I think, unless our mana gets really good. I don't think our mana is that good. We could cut some more blue. Take out Dismissal and put in Prismite or something. Or what was the last thing we cut here? Put in like Arlen's Wolf and just play very few blue cards. I do like Spellkeeper's Weird because that gets back not only a lot of good stuff, but like our biggest creature, Awakening of Vitu-Ghazi. 15. Play Blast Zone. Yeah, these builds are going to be tough for sure. I guess what you really want to do is be in two colors splashing just your bombs. But that's kind of what we're doing here. Maybe we'll play 2 blue and no white and hope the mana is good enough with the Vessel. So that's 3 sources of white, 4 including New Horizons. And then we need some more green. Probably 2 more green. I'll give it 3 more. So that's 8. Well, 2 more. That's 9 sources of black. Maybe we go 8, 7. 8, 7, 1 plus a Blast Zone. And then hope we get there. And we can just hope we get there. Yeah, this is a strange format, I can already tell. Blast Zone, so what does this do? This just lets you slowly target a big planeswalker or something that you can't deal with. And we have a ton of stuff that it might kill as well, but you don't have to use it. And right away it can tap and kill a bunch of 1-drops, so maybe that's useful enough. I will try to be on the draw here, and hopefully we'll have enough mana to sort of get the stuff we need at some point. Should I be playing Prismite? That's a great question that I just don't know what to cut for it, because everything else seems pretty important. So, well, let's try this out to begin with. I mean, we've certainly got the power. Do we have the luck of the draw? Round 1. I will choose to be on the draw to get that luck. And looks like a good hand. Just like any one source we get is going to help us so much. And looks like we have it, so I'll keep this. Hopefully we'll find... Well, what we can do is play out our Shriek Diver on turn 3 with the Guild Globe mana. Presumably we'll find another land and then pump that up with the New Horizons. Don't think there are easy counterspells for too cheap. They're playing their Globe. I think that's going to be a very common card to see. But yeah, we're just going pretty slow here. Good draw. Good draw. Yeah, I guess the thing to do is to sacrifice this for any colors, I guess, and play the wolf, and that'll pressure them a bit more. Pressure what exactly? Nothing really. I mean, I'm sure Arlen's wolf isn't going to kill them. These games are going to come down to they're just going to come down to setting up your late game and your planeswalkers. It gives you so many options with Guild Globe. Here we go, Teferi. Bounce our wolf, thanks a lot. Thanks for nothing. Oh, if we draw black, it'll be so good here. We don't get there. They can +1. So what I want to do here, I wanted to draw land, but what I want to do is play New Horizons and then attack with haste into the Teferi. I could also just play Arlen's wolf, but yeah, I think I'm going to do this. It looks weird. It's going to be awkward, but it's already awkward. Okay, there they go. Playing some more colors. But yeah, and that'll be common. We're sort of building around or playing around all of our planeswalkers. And so's our opponent. I mean, they opened Teferi, so they're playing blue-white. We opened Sorin, so we're splashing white. And we're not even playing all the planeswalkers in our colors. Some of the uncommon ones just aren't as good. Each opponent can't draw more than one card a turn. And I can't play spells outside of sorcery speed. Alright, interesting. Thank goodness. So what do we have here? 4. This comes in tapped. Destroy target creature. What we want to do is play this Shriek Diver, give it haste, and kill Teferi. And that is all we need to do here. It's all we can do. It's all we need to do. And this is why this creature is going to be good in this format. It's an evasive creature that's surprising and kills planeswalkers. Look at the top 4. Reveal non-creature, non-land, and put it into your hand. So did they even find anything? Yeah, they found Jaya's Greeting. Well, good news for us. When this enters a mass 1, wow, this card is good. A common, 3 power and toughness, 2 of it's flying, and 1 of it has haste if you already have an army out. So that is really good. No escape. Did they find this with Narset? Am I crazy? Yeah, they must have found no escape with Narset, and that counters creatures and planeswalkers. Okay, so what can we do? We don't want our creatures and planeswalkers to get countered, so maybe we just don't play them here. Let's attack Narset first. And then, before blocks, Sorin's Thirst the Aven. This is the only thing that I don't know won't work, if that makes sense. If we try to play Sorin out, that could definitely not work. Come on, Shriek Diver. And then I'll bait counter magic here by playing Arlen's Wolf. What do they get when they do this? They get to scry 1. They exile our poor wolf. Oh no, it resolves. Of course they'll use Jaya's Greeting. I mean, that's fine. Oh, that's funny. They didn't use Jaya's Greeting on Shriek Diver to save their Planeswalker. I guess Narset's not doing much. Yeah, you know, it wasn't really doing much. That's why these games are going to take a lot longer, because even if your opponent has a Planeswalker doing nothing, it's still probably worth killing it, so they don't proliferate and go off again. Augur of Bolas looks like a crazy demon, and all it does is it's a 1/3 for 2. Okay, so they're going to hold their counter magic up for a while here, which is really going to get annoying. But if we play something small enough, then we can use Aid the Fallen to get it back this turn. So how does that look? Play land. Add 2 white. Play this thing. They counter it. We Aid the Fallen it back. Oh no, because it exiles it. It exiles it. Yeah, I screwed up. First time playing the set. I mean, we had to play into it eventually, but I probably would have played one of the worst ones, like Obnixilis. Maybe we'll still be okay here. Cyclops, X damage to target creature. That's really good. That's a good job. Now what can we do? We can try to play out Kaya. And then exile the Cyclops, and hopefully don't kill us here. But yeah, I mean, you can see how good this Aid the Fallen is going to be. Get back your best creature and your best Planeswalker, assuming they didn't counter it and exile it. And they got Kaya down to 2. This is where Dreadmulkin shows its worth. Spells your opponents cast that target a creature or Planeswalker control cost 2 more, and they can make a little wizard. Not looking good. Not looking good for us. Trying to think what we ought to do here. Well, we can play Obnixilis, doesn't really help us much. And we can play the Vessel, which might help us. And we can play the Opportunist. Which might win us this game. They can keep making wizards, I guess. Okay. Well, that's one we should get back with Aid the Fallen. I assume they'll kill Kaya here. We can get back Aid the Fallen and the Opportunist. Or maybe even this Shriek Diver to kill off Kesmina. I should not have played Sorin out into that mess. What was I thinking? I was thinking I would get it back in the same turn, but yeah, don't do that. Bioessence Hydra, I mean, yeah, doesn't do anything now. But we can cast it. Okay, black-white. Let's Aid the Fallen, the Shriek Diver, and Kaya. And I think, oh god, if they counter that. I think we want to 4/5, they can kill Kaya again. What we might want to do is exile this army. Or get Shriek Diver and Dreadmalkin into play. Yeah, we'll do that. Kill that Kasmina. Yeah, the trick here is to get incidental creatures. Get creatures that come out of your planeswalkers. Get amass triggers off of your spells, even if it makes them a bit more expensive. This does exile a creature. That's nice. Now, what might be handy is to have 3 mana left up for the Dreadmalkin. Yeah, it looks like we have that option. What is this? It looks like a Phoenix type thing. Weird, I don't even know what I'm looking at here. Like a mouth. Who knows? Yeah, but what I'll do... Black, white... What I'll do is play this Kaya. Hopefully it can survive so we can play a bigger Hydra. Oh, don't counter it again. No escape. Okay, well... You got us. That's really not good. Yeah, very good commons in this set. The common spells, that is. And there's not much we can do here to survive. I guess try to trade off with a creature. Take 6. See if they can pump this thing up. But wait, there's more. Sure. A lot of red for very few red sources. I guess they milled a lot of them. You don't need too many. What's the magic number for toughness? Is there a size of a creature that would have been good enough there to hold down the fort? Maybe the spinner's not that good. Something like a Thundering Ceratok is probably pretty good. Kind of outclassed everything we saw. Dreadmalkin looks a bit slow. I mean, it does have the menace to pressure those planeswalkers. Lazotep's Plating. Contentious Plan. I think we're not blue enough to really take advantage of all this stuff, but these cards are solid, or they can be. But maybe we want something like a Thundering Ceratok over something less powerful. Yeah, we have some big power at the top end. I'm going to submit like this again and try to be on the draw, and you know, maybe things will turn out better this time. Like if we draw our land on time. Don't want to play first. Yeah, this is not so many lands, but shoot, I'll keep it, I guess. We have some good power. We have Ugin, Ugin's Conjurant, 17 lands. I mean, it'd be a shame to just get mana screwed the first few games, but there are a lot of lands we can draw, and there's a lot of those baubles and mana rocks that we can draw to help us out with colors. Come on, land. Yeah, even forest is pretty good here. Do I want to play an early Conjurant? I probably do. I mean, if all goes well, we're just going to curve out here. It stops them from just playing a Planeswalker here, unless they're also going to bounce the Conjurant. Well, that's really good for me. Blast Zone. This always survives Blast Zone because its converted mana cost is 0. And Blast Zone starts with a counter. Anyway, so yeah, they're getting mana screwed too. Glad I'm on the draw. Come on, black source. We do have more black sources than green. Blue, for what it's worth. Can start putting counters on this. Just attack them. They don't have great blocks. They're already down to 13. This time they have red mana. Now what's this going to be? God Eternal Kefnet. Okay. So what I'd like to do is get Blast Zone to the point where it can kill that. That's going to take a while. Come on, black source. Well, it won't take too long. I guess we'll have it there pretty soon. But yeah, nothing. We can't do anything in our hand. This can't be blocked. Oh well. God Eternal Kefnet. I mean, that's completely unbeatable. It's just good for us that they didn't have it on turn 4. Here come the Planeswalkers, and despite stumbling, they're just doing much better. They're doing much better than we are. Thank goodness this is just spells. We can use our activated abilities on our opponent's turn. Return target artifact, creature, or enchantment to its owner's hand. Draw a card. So they're going to bounce this thing and maybe counter it on the way back down. Unclear. They'll come in here. Oh, I see. They were afraid that we were going to kill the Weird and the Wolf and attack with the Conjurant to kill Teferi, which is fair enough. Thank goodness we got this thing. Well, what do we have? Sorin plus kill Teferi. No, we don't have that. We don't have white. We don't have double black, so that's going to be tough. What can we do? We can try to resolve Shriek Diver. I mean, that's an option, I guess. That resolves. Give that haste. Take out Teferi. I'm not going to attack with the Wolf, because if they have the removal spell for Shriek Diver, they're going to 2-for-1 us if we attack with the Wolf. They do, they have it. Nice. Well played. Okay, so all is not lost. We can draw a black source, Casualties of War, destroying I don't know, God Eternal Kefnet, Teferi, and Plains, and that ought to be good enough. Why did I play such a small Conjurant? Because I want something on the field. Start plussing Teferi again. Narset. Alright, card advantage time. Yeah, maybe the mana's not so good in this deck. But it's a funny set. Like in Sealed, I don't think you can afford to play anything vanilla. Everything has to have like some kind of upside or some kind of persistent advantage. If you're just playing a 4/5, the Planeswalker is going to kill it and then keep ticking up. Okay, losing Kasmina's Transmutation, attacking us for 1,000,000 damage again. Yeah, I think 2.5 colors is generally what you'll see, or 2 and like 2/2 colors, where you're playing 2 base colors with like random splashes. 4, this is, they're all 3 drops. Ah, we have too many counters on the Blast Zone. Blast it. Well, let's see if we can get anything good here. We even get to amass 1, so that's exciting. No escape. Yeah, counter. I guess we counter, or we get rid of no escape. They still have the transmutation. Maybe we can kill God Eternal Kefnet on their upkeep. Or, no, that doesn't make sense. Well, whatever. We'll do it when they attack us. Or we could do it in response to Narset activating. Oh, non-creature. Yeah, non-creature, non-land. Yeah, I see. Okay. That thing's very big. Then they just won't activate it, I guess. What a pain. Okay, let's go ahead and sacrifice a wolf to kill Kasmina's Transmutation. Oh no! Oh, come on. I should have attacked Teferi there with these 2, but I didn't know I was already on my begin combat phase. So I didn't. Yeah, and then they could have, yeah, what they might have done is made this into a 1/1 and done 3 damage to themselves with it. We could have killed Teferi there. Oh well. Till your next turn. I mean, I guess that ability's not that strong. And now they can't attack with the weird. But this is rough. Yeah, I'm just going to do this now. It'll be back. Come on, black source on top. White wouldn't be too bad either. White might be pretty bad. Did they just not do this stuff? Or they didn't find something? Aid the Fallen's pretty awful here. Well, I mean, it could be worse. Alright. Which one of these do we want to kill? I guess we want to try to kill Teferi. Right? Attack with everything at Teferi. Wonderful. And then Aid the Fallen for no value. To get back Shriek Diver. Oh, shoot. Never mind. We'll get back Arlen's Wolf. We can play that this turn. I don't know. This might have been better. Misclick there in the beginning. I thought it was going to give us the option to get 2 back or not, and that I could reselect it, but but yeah, a couple misclicks this match. I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, they'll attack here. I'll just take it because we have the answers to these things. If we draw land ever. Exile target card from a graveyard this turn. Wouldn't you know it, they don't have any of that stuff going on. okay, attack Narset with just Arlen's Wolf, because if they have a bounce spell for a creature, I don't want to die. That was good. Surprised they didn't use it one more time. Transmutation, make our thing into a 3/3. Oh, it's an enchantment. What? Oh, I see. They are using it to get rid of the extra block from it. Still, I'll block with the army here. I don't necessarily want to use Return to Nature yet. Anyway, we can use Casualties of War to get rid of that. If we ever draw something we can use. Vessel, I mean, that's a start. Yeah, you know, I'll just pass here. Maybe we can set up a double block on the weird. I don't really want to do that. I'll probably just block with Arlen's Wolf. Yeah, why don't I do that? Because if they have anything in their hand, we're in real bad shape. And now we know we can answer two things. Yikes. Alright. What can we do? We can kill, well, we can try. We can kill land, Kefnet, and then transmutation. Black, white. Yeah, that's probably what we have to do here instead of playing a Planeswalker. Although Pollen Bright Druid is also pretty good here. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. If they have counter magic for Planeswalker, we're in bad shape. We know they have a couple of those, but like, do they have it in their hand? That's the question. So yeah, maybe this is better. 18 clicks later, and we'll have a Kaya. Don't counter it. Not allowed to counter it. So why don't we exile that God Eternal for now, play this Pollen Bright Druid, and then proliferate to get more counters on our stuff. And I'll hold back the Conjurant to potentially block, because they could have bounce or just, you know, something at any moment, and then we're dead. So what are they attacking? They're attacking us because it pins us anyway. We'll block with our 1/1. And then maybe we're okay here. So get rid of this thing. And they did us a favor with the transmutation here, as it turns out. Do white, black, get Sorin. We could, we could get back the Pollen Bright Druid and proliferate again. To do even more good stuff. Yeah, this is why you don't want vanilla things. You want as many options as possible. Can't believe I might win this game. Done. And they could be dead next turn. I mean, 5 this turn, Unless they have some 5/5 haste creature, then we're in pretty good shape. Lifelink? Wait a second. Why does this have lifelink? As long as it's your turn, creatures and planeswalkers you control have lifelink. Wow, this I'm learning stuff about the set. Yeah, that's going to be really hard to kill us then. Puts us way out of range. Maybe we can win with Kaya here. It'll be tough. They've got our upkeep, so what do they have going on here? Another thing to note is this is taking a while. I'm even behind on time, and we have one more game to go. So it does help you to play a bit faster. And what can we do here? We could get rid of this Prophet. Maybe that's not so important. Target player a planeswalker. We could get another creature back, like the Shriek Diver. Yeah, let's just ping them. Leave Kaya out here. Attack with both. Yeah, I'll leave back Pollen Bright Druid. We're not really in a rush here, as it turns out. Play the card they know about, which is Dreadmulkin. If we were really serious, and maybe if this was the last game, I would probably play Casualty. Well, I don't know. Casualties can bail us out of a worse situation. Here's God Eternal Kefnet. It's only really bad if they give it haste or something. Mana Geode, no problem. Yeah, so what we can do, ping them and attack with everything. And if that doesn't work, then I don't know what to tell you. But that ought to work. And even if they bounce a creature, we have this Dreadmulkin, which can sacrifice a creature or something. Okay, great. Sideboarding, I guess I'm not sure if Return to Nature is exactly what we need here. In fact, maybe I will cut that. It's certainly possible it's good, but it's also possible it's not that good. Put target creature with flying on the bottom of its owner's library. There you go, Kefnet. Yeah, that could definitely be a better answer to Kefnet, let's put it that way. And it might not be their only flyer. I think we know it's not their only flyer, so that's probably one that could have come in after game one. And I'll submit like that. We're sort of doing the right things here. We even have land this time, with New Horizons pumping up, well, Dreadmulkin, hopefully. Keep this. Or I guess New Horizons will pump up the Conjurant more than anything. Oh, wow. Drawing well this game. They chose the play again? I'm not sure if that's right. I'm pretty sure you don't want to be choosing the play, but who knows? Who knows? Conjurant, I mean, it could come down as a 5/5 later. That's probably just better. That probably is better. I'm going to wait with it. It just depends. I mean, you definitely want the early presence to deal with like a Teferi this turn. But a 5-mana 5/5 is just such a better rate. Now, this is the turn where they might be able to counter a creature or planeswalker. And what we'll do is not play one of those and hope they don't have a different counterspell for it. Get the menace thing out here. Maybe they'll go ahead and kill it. No, they don't. So they probably just don't have a way to kill it. which is amazing news. And we have all our colors fixed. What is this? Kasmina making a 2/2. Kasmina makes a 2/2. So if we play something small and then sacrifice it, we could have a 4/4 menace here to kill Kasmina. Is that worth it? No, probably not. Just attacking it's probably good enough here, gets it small enough. And then we can play this 5/5 Conjurant. And that's an annoying force for them to deal with. Well, they can't counter it. All right, get in there. It just stops them from making a 2/2 here, which is well worth it. What does this do? Yeah, it gives like frost armor to all their stuff. Like the Frost Titan ability, we have to spend more to do more. They don't have much going on here. I do want to play this. And I do think we... Let's see, the thing that counters and amasses counters unless we pay an extra 2. So I'm okay to play Epiphany first. No, I don't know. Maybe we can attack first. How many flash creatures are there in this set? Who knows? But let's just go attacking here, and if they let us. And yeah, what I'll do is put 2 damage on them and 2 damage on Kasmina and 5 damage towards them. Because just having a Planeswalker out sometimes is good enough, and it does have this passive ability. Blockers, they're not going to block anything. That puts them pretty low. And then we can try to have an Epiphany. Scryforge draw 2, this is just, it's just insane. Let's bottom the swamps, and I guess bottom everything. We don't have any Planeswalkers yet. I guess if I was really good, I would have put the lands on the very bottom, but I thought I might keep those other things, and I'm kind of running low on time here compared to them. And I'm not going to have time to draw 23 cards anyway. Okay, there's our Spellgorger Weird. Maybe Sorin's Thirst would have caught that in time before it grows. Obnixilis, yeah. Land. They have the counter magic for Obnixilis, which is too bad for us. But maybe not that bad overall. So what I want to do is attack with the Conjurant only. They'll take it. Then we can try to resolve this Obnixilis. It's not something I even want in play that badly. And they're probably happy enough to counter anything. Yeah, give that creature a little boost. I'd rather resolve a 4/4, and then next turn we can do 2 things. And if it did resolve, then we have a big Planeswalker in play for the Hydra. What do they have now? Aven Eternal, nice, nice. No mana available for pumping the Blast Zone, so that's not an issue. Or even a possibility. Holding up 4 mana would be good this turn if we could, and that means playing the Weird, which they could again counter. What do they do this turn? Maybe they double block the Conjurant. but that's really bad against the Conjurant. Or it could be. Just take it. Okay, they're gonna start picking off individual counters. Play this. And pump up the blast zone to kill all 3 drops after getting a spell back from our graveyard. Looking good. Looking good. What is it? All permanents? Yeah, so that's going to kill all kinds of good stuff. Watch out for blast zone. Five damage to target creature or planeswalker. Done. Yeah, this, as far as I can tell, this completely ruins them. Get this thing back. Sacrifice this. Could do 5 to them or something. Either way, we're attacking with everything here. Yeah, this match wasn't looking good. Made some early mistakes. I mean, that's to be expected when you're trying out a new format and recording it, no less. But it looks like we have this one in the bag. Augur, let's see what that can get. They've got this Catharsis. It's really unlikely they can do 2 things. And they miss with Augur. Missing with Augur is just what you're generally going to do. Ooh, life. 2, 3, 4. We can do 4 to them here. I'm trying to think if we can do more. Doesn't look like it. It's pretty expensive to put counters on this. Welp. At least we'll get in 2. And then we can try to draw out counter magic first with the Nurturer, and then resolve a Wolf, which is a lethal creature on its own. Yep, there's the counter magic, and it gives them a Scry. But both the Wolf and the Dreadmalkin are lethal here. So they can use the Catharsis to kill one or the other. But that's an expensive play and probably doesn't leave them much mana for anything else. What is this? Honor of the God Pharaoh. Amass 1. That's not enough to stop us. They discarded Island. They drew a Plains. That's not enough to cast Catharsis. So they still need to answer a creature. They're killing the Wolf. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so we get them down to 1. Oh, nope, they're dead. Proliferate. Both of our things get bigger. And they need 3 blockers. Maybe they have a bounce spell, so it's not over yet. But it's nice that they have to make the first play before we decide whether to sack something. All right. Love how people, you might as well try to block it. It does have menace, but you might as well try. See if they're actually confused here. Oh, yeah, I see. So we'll leave that order like that, and then if they try to bounce the Conjurant, we'll sack it to kill both of their creatures. Teferi's Time Twist. Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, that'd be cute if you like used that and then could block the other one, but it's not gonna do it. Awesome match. 4 more to go. Round 2. My opponent puts me on the draw, which is kind of what I want, and I will keep this hand despite having no green yet, because we do have these early plays. And it's not so bad to cast the New Horizons late, because you can just put a counter on your creatures. Sorin's Thirst, pretty good draw. Some decks just won't have a thing that this is going to deal with, but it's certainly nice when you can deal with their creature. Alright, what would have been really good there is a forest instead of a swamp. Let's see what we get here. Little creature, Death Touch, Stinger. Okay, great. Just get rid of it while the going's good. Play a Diver. Miss out on all that haste we could be getting, but that's for next turn, I guess. If we had another good play this turn. Drawing green here would still be pretty good. I might play the Conjurant, but I'd probably play New Horizons. Oh, that's a good one. Tomio's Epiphany. The Scry 4 is just nuts. I mean, this looks 6 cards deep. The previous version of this was Scry 2, draw 2 cards, and that was pretty good. Anyway, come on, green. Oh well. Does that mean we should play a 4-drop Conjurant? Probably. I mean, there's no guarantee we'll have something to do next turn, but let's say we don't play it this turn, we draw green next turn, then we're really out of luck. We can still only do one good thing. So yeah, playing Conjurant there is fine. 4 is not even that much better than 5. It kills in the same amount of time, assuming you're attacking 1 turn early. The only real difference would be if they play a 4/4 and we need something a bit bigger. And they might bounce it anyway, and then, you know, we'll play it later for more. Or play around that counterspell, the 4-mana counterspell that counters unless you pay 2. That might be a playable card in this format. I mean, of course it's playable, but it might be more common since there's a lot of big stuff to do. Well worth countering. Well, here's a tough one. Oh, Toll of the Invasion makes things a bit easier. Let's see what you have going on. They got some more big creatures. Elite Guard Mage. Flying. Draw a card. Can't 2 1/1 counters on a creature. Don't love that. Stealth Mission on this fool crocodile here. And then Thundering Ceratok. Can't be blocked this turn. Well, I don't really love any of this. So what'll they do this next turn? They play Stealth Mission. They make a 7/5. Anything else we can kind of deal with? Yeah, I'm gonna take that. That just kills us too quickly. And now we know we can get away with attacking here into the crocodile, and I just want to kill them as soon as possible. Maybe their flyer is annoying, but that's something we could answer with Casualties of War eventually. Any land here would be great, and they're just going to play the Ceratok anyway. Please draw a land. Land would be so good. Any land, really. Yeah, I did ask for any land. Now this might be unbeatable, so we exile the Ceratok. We attack for 1,000,000. I might leave back the zombie army to chump the crocodile. And that'll kill the flyer. Yeah, might as well. That 1 extra damage here. I don't think it'll matter, but the extra exile from Kaya is probably pretty good. Oh! Kaya can exile the crocodile. Oh. That's like the one interaction in this set that really works, because we are allowed to target their stuff. Awesome. I was really worried about it, but now I'm not as worried. And this will be a good play. I mean, they have this elite guard mage. Oh no, they're playing Mowu instead. Why not play this? I'm not sure. Maybe this gives them a better, I don't know, better something. A better block against our 4-power creature. Okay. We drew the land we need, so now we can really go nuts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, it's not quite good enough for casualties, but it is good enough to make a 5-power creature here. 5, 6, 7. Huh. Oh, we just killed him. No, we need another green to do that. So we can't cast casualties. We have to do New Horizons here. We might as well... I don't really know. We might as well put it on the Conjurant. Trade with both creatures, put them at 4, and exile that. Huh. I don't really know what to do here. Okay, let's exile this thing, swing for 3 in the air, and then see what they have to say about that. Now they could try to come in and kill Kaya, or not, but we've dealt with the hexproof thing, so we can deal with their flyer. They'll gain some life here, which is annoying, but we do have an answer to it. If we could have gotten rid of their blue source last turn, that would have been the best. But yeah, this is we're still doing well, but it's a little more awkward than I would have liked. Maybe there was something better I could have done that turn. Like, use Kaya on one of these, and then force a chump. Then they're still at 6, let's say, after playing this, and they have a hexproof guy and guard mage instead of 2 creatures and guard mage. Yeah, that's tough. I think this works out well enough, though. And now we don't have to worry about the hexproof creature, even if Kaya dies, and that's pretty important. And getting the counter on Shriek Diver is nice, because at least it can trade with the guard mage, as opposed to just being completely shut down by it. But it also just kills them, where the only thing in its way is the guard mage, and we can kill that. I'm not sure that I had Kaya when I was stealing something from their hand, but if I did, I might have wanted them to have the stealth mission, so I could one-shot the hexproof creature with Kaya, and 2-for-1 them that way. But I think at that point, we might have had Kaya, but we didn't have enough land to cast it, so this play was a little less risky, I think. Whereas if we are stuck on 5 lands, then they just do 7 turn after turn and kill us maybe before we get Kaya. But I'd have to go back and look and see if that's if that was an option. All right, after losing connection a few times, our opponent is back. Hopefully. Okay, they're coming in here. They're coming both at us. And yeah, if they get 1/1/1 counter on Mowu, crazy name, it'll be bigger than our Conjurant. I don't really want to take that chance, even though I'm not sure what could do it. I know there's a sorcery that can do it in green. Gosh, maybe they think it's instant, but I might as well do this. I mean, if they don't have the 1/1 counter, it's just about the same size anyway. Oh, wait a second. and remove that many 1/1 counters from the Conjurant. I did not read that right. Well, regardless, maybe I should have just taken it all. Yeah, what I can do here is, what the heck is this? Prevent that damage and remove that many 1/1 counters from Ugin's Conjurant. Oh, I get it. This is supposed to, yeah, this is supposed to, it's not a phantom, but you're supposed to like buff it up, and then it'll be like a 0/1/1 counters, but never die, never take damage. Neat. Anyway, let's just go for this. We can go for casualties, cast. We want to destroy target creature and land, and that's it, I guess. Creature's the flyer, land is the island. Kind of a weird choice when they've chosen to keep up planes here. Well, no, this was the turn they cast the mage. It's just been 10 minutes because I've been waiting. But that happened a few moments ago in the game. Now what do they have? Now what? No idea. I don't know all the tricks. I mean, it doesn't take too long to pick up all the tricks, but yeah, I certainly haven't learned all like the common instant speed things people can do. Band together. Well, that's too bad. That's an instant for 3 mana? That's really good. They just get to punch. They just get to punch one creature. All right, if you say so. Maybe I should have killed this Mowu. They're going for us. Oh no. It's only a 2/1, but we're taking damage quick. What to do this turn? Well, I'm tempted to just draw 2 cards off our Conjurant. Or we could have them draw 2 and take 2. 1 damage to that player for each card they draw. That might be okay. That might be pretty good. Yeah, I'm going to actually do this to their Mowu. Get out of here, Mowu. And as long as Obnixilis lives, we're in decent shape. I should have done Mana Geode first, but I got too excited about this. I am pretty excited about this. I'm pretty excited about Awakening, too. Anyway, let's take a look. Let's attack them with the Conjurant. And maybe they can find some way to kill Obnixilis, but that will involve tapping the Druid, and then we can get back and attack them for 9. I don't think our Vitu-Ghazi has Trample, but either way, it's gonna hurt. Like if they have a New Horizons, it would make a lot of sense, yeah, to put a 1/1 counter here and then attack Obnixilis. Which looks like they're going to do exactly that. And that gives them the blocker. This is like the perfect draw for them. That's what you get when you let your opponent draw too many cards. Oh well. Oh, the other thing is we can target Paradise Druid because Archaea. I keep forgetting. I think it gives it haste, but we already played it anyway. Attack with both of these. They have to chump Vitu-Ghazi and take it to 1 life. So they will need 2 blockers next turn, unless they find another, well, creature that gains life. There are a few out there. There's even the green cantrip, 2 mana, find a permanent, gain 3 life. which could get them through this next turn. One life. Can we finish it? Tolsimir. That gives them... it gives them enough power to take down our V2 Ghazi. Not that they can really do that. Wait, they also gained 3 life? Why? Why is any of this happening? This is awful. So they just get to chump V2 Ghazi for the next 6 turns? Oh, mistakes were made. Well, that's good, at least. So they do get to chump V2 Ghazi. But I want to make them do that. Okay. Then, whoops, no. We want blue. I guess we have the Mana Geode too. But that's a 5/5 Hydra, which is pretty good. They need to bounce it and get 2 power here to survive, and then if they don't kill us with that, they need a chump blocker as well. So we're back in it, kind of. But yeah, do not give your opponent 2 cards unless it absolutely kills them, because then this will happen. So many ways of gaining life and all these like 2-for-1s. Tolsimir coming in. Why? Why would that come in? We have a 5/5. Paradise Druid coming in. We still have a 5/5. I cannot understand what's happening. I do not understand. What could this be? A pump spell. But if it's less than a +5/+5 pump spell, we might be okay. They would have attacked with both if they could kill us here, so I'm just gonna take it. But that is scary. Oh, they would have... I see. I guess we would have traded with it, huh? Well, that's an amazing draw. Wow. We just drew 3 bombs in a row. This so rarely happens to me, but I'll take it. We can get back something with haste, can we? Shriek Diver. 1 damage to target player or planeswalker. Interesting. We can kill them this turn, right? Let's say they chump this. Yeah, I mean we're gonna gain so much life here. I'm just gonna see what happens and then react second main. I doubt they have a way to kill V2 Ghazi here. And this puts them pretty low, and it puts us really high. And yeah, they're in bad shape. That's funny. Maybe they thought this was going to make it into a 1/1, and that's why the Paradise Druid attack made sense. But I guess it just didn't make sense because it would have traded with it anyway. Alright, what do we have here? They have that fight spell. I wonder if there's something we can do specifically against that. Didn't they have Death Touch too? That was this opponent, right? Whereas they didn't have good targets for Return to Nature. So maybe I'll put in Liliana's Triumph instead. It seems like without Amass, there's going to be less little token things going around, and they have a lot of big creatures. Even if this is trading with a 3-drop, that's pretty strong. I also misread Sorin. I thought this +1 was to any target, but it's just player or planeswalker. Still, Planeswalker doing that extra chip damage is nice. They're putting us on the draw, which is just what I want. Our hand is good. We'll even get that turn for Epiphany, I think, with our Globe. Yeah, looking real good. We curve right out here. We have time to play our Globe. Pollen Bright Druid, sure, get the 1/1 counter on there. I'm not even worried. Blast Zone, technically we want the Blast Zone in play here, because there's some world in which we tick it up next turn. And we don't really need the color from the forest yet. Arlen's Wolf, you got it. We are taking, you know, some damage this game. Okay. Save the Guild Globe. Just a mass here. It's just a mass. Stealth mission? No thank you. Do we have to keep getting rid of this stealth mission? I think so. That's just going to kill us too quickly. We could also leave both of our creatures back to block the Druid. I don't like that plan. What do they have? Maybe I do like that plan, actually. Maybe I do. Yeah, to kill the Pollen Bright Druid. Yeah, I think I do like that plan. I'm just going to block the Pollen Bright Druid. We're taking too much damage otherwise. The other thing to do would be to wait until it becomes a 3/3 next turn, but I'm too impatient for that. Are they going to use a fight spell here to bail it out? Then they miss playing Huatli or the Weird. Getting the Weird down is really nice because they can get back Stealth Mission. I'm just trying to slow them down because we're definitely going to win the long game if we can get there. Epiphany next turn, that's a bit awkward because we need to look for blue mana if we're going to do that. But we already have plenty of mana for Kaya. Apparently they have options. They don't have options that we know about. So are they disconnecting again? Or did they literally draw the fight spell? The only card they could have that they'd really want to think about here is the fight spell. And I think they're happy enough just trading and playing the Weird. That's what I would do. Or if it's a bounce spell, maybe that gets better. Bounce in a mass. Time will tell. Okay, after losing connection and coming back, they let the blocks happen. Played the Weird. That's what I would have done. They don't have much time left to win this match, so down a game it's pretty awkward for them, but we'll play it out. They're playing it out. We'll play it out. Hold on. What if we pump that up by 2? I guess we can't do that this turn. Okay, so don't worry about it. Let's just play Tamio's Epiphany. That could kill both 3-drops. And we can put scry 4, then draw 2 cards. We don't really want to draw this forest, do we? Not yet. And honestly, we don't really want to draw Obnixilis here. It's a fun one to just have in play. What are we doing here? We could play Obnixilis, then they kill it. They don't have a lot to do they? Like, pay 2, get back Stealth Mission, pressure Obnixilis. What we really want to do this next turn is play Spellkeeper Weird, and we can't. So let's go Weird on top. Island on top. Ob Nixilis on bottom, and then on the very bottom... Oh, forest! Oh, what am I doing? Oh, I forgot we're drawing those cards. Misclicks abound. Again, that doesn't matter. Do try to be careful with that. In real life, it's easy because you just physically put the cards where you want them. Here, you have to like put them one at a time, starting from like the inside of your deck and then placing the cards on the outside. Oh well, not too bad. We can use double green. I'm afraid that we're just about to draw another green or something though. Three, four. You know what? Forget it. We're going to get pumped and use this blast zone next turn to kill everything. Is that... That might not be right. Because they can just get back something with... I mean, they get 4 damage in again. They get Stealth Mission back, and that might be too hard to deal with. We don't want to sacrifice Blast Zone anyway. Yeah, let's just play it a bit safer and play this stupid Hydra. What a game. Again, the only real name of this game is to draw it out as long as possible, because if they have 1 minute to win the last game, that's just going to be too hard for them. Fingers crossed. What on earth is this? 1/1 counter on target creature you control, and then 1,000,000 mana to proliferate. So they'll put that on the wolf, and I don't mind just blocking with the Hydra on the wolf. If they attack with both, I can block the weird. Maybe next game, they might have a Hydra in their deck playing the Huatli. Maybe next game I'll put in my Huatli to gain some life and gum things up. Are they going to lose connection again? Oh well, we'll be back. Okay, no, it didn't take too long. Wait, assigns combat damage based on toughness. Oh, no wonder they were hitting so hard. It's 3... Yeah, I forgot about that aspect of Huatli there. No wonder they're hitting so hard and these Spellkeeper weirds are so good. So we could block Arlen's Wolf and save our Hydra. It's probably worth it. Also gets rid of the counter. And then we can mess up their ward. Oh, when they're put on Planeswalker's control. I didn't, well, yeah, I didn't realize that was when the Planeswalkers were coming into play as well. Yeah, that's good. Get rid of this thing. Swing at them for 11. That should be pretty hard to deal with. I thought it was only going to be with the plus abilities, but yeah, it's you play your Huatli after playing the Hydra, and you still get 7 counters on it. And that'll do it. Yeah, I mean, I guess I did know that. Entering with counters counts as putting counters on the creature. So it should work the same way with Planeswalkers. 3. I'll put myself on the draw, and keep this hand most likely. I mean, doesn't seem to do much immediately, but we just need that 3rd land, and then we can start playing Magic. Yeah, it turns out these mana vessels and rocks are pretty important to the format. Oh, here we go. Guild Globe. Not as good here as a land, maybe, but time will tell. Oh, come on. Any land next turn will be so good. One-time land. And no land is really bad. Okay, that's great. What is this? Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, proliferate. Do I care about that? I don't know. I think what I really want here is to play Shriek Diver. But it's possible... It's possible we could get up to 5 mana next turn with the Horizon. And that might involve playing Shriek Diver and attacking with it anyway. Or playing New Horizons and Toll of the Invasion. No, I think what we want to do here is play the Shriek Diver. Get a threat into play. Pump it up with New Horizons and then keep going from there. And then next turn we can ramp and hit 6 mana if we draw the land to attack with Awakening the turn we play it. Firemind's Vessel, okay, get to proliferate. Whatever you want. Put some more poison counters on someone. And then are they going to attack? I would probably block here. Yeah, that proliferation is scary and we don't have a good way of dealing with this. This block also puts a creature in the graveyard for Aid the Fallen, which is nice. Cool. Drawing land here is really great. Now we can go Firemind Vessel and maybe catch up with what they're trying to do. So we can pretty much do anything in our deck now. Ooh, red. Wonder what that red is for. Oh, Nicol Bolas. Nice. Exile a card from my hand. Well, what don't we need here? I don't think we need Mana Geode anymore. The Scry could be nice, but everything else in our hand does something. Is the 1/1 counter better than Scry? It certainly could be. What else does this monster do? Gateway Plaza. Okay, so thank goodness we get to kill Nicol Bolas here, because that's an annoying one to deal with. Just to be sure. Yeah, this does not give our creature haste, so we have to be very careful here. Green-white. That's 5. Oh no, it does give it haste. Yeah, so we don't have to be very careful. Yeah, do this. Kill Nicol Bolas, because goodness knows that's gonna wreck our business if it survives. Yeah, they didn't get too much out of it. Legendary basic land creature swamp elemental. If you say so, Magic. Yeah, the other cool thing here is that New Horizons can make this into a 10/10 and kill them in 2 hits, assuming they have no interaction, which is wishful thinking. Gateway Plaza, this card looks crazy. Vraska? Oh no, makes a little Death Toucher? How convenient. That's insanely good. Make 2 Death Touchers. Yeah, it's just the perfect thing against V2 Ghazi, isn't it? Draw a card, then discard a card. This does nothing. Actually, it does destroy Firemind's Vessel. But I mean, that's not that good. I kind of want to get back Shriek Diver to pressure Vraska here so they don't get another assassin. I think we can do all that. We can use this to get it back. Play it and give it haste. And that's it this turn. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And yeah, that's it. Then we'll have, I don't know, 1 mana left over with V2 Ghazi, which we can just hold back. Aid the Fallen, get our creature back. This time I'm doing it right. We only have one option, so hard to get the wrong creature. Give it haste. Swing at Vraska. Not bad. I have been liking this card, Shriek Diver. That haste is super relevant. Jace's Triumph. Draw 2 cards. Okay, so the new Divination. And is Jace rare? Rare or mythic? Soren's Thirst. Oh, goodbye, bird. Well, we did pretty much shut down Vraska, so it was worth it. Return to nature. I wonder if it's even worth using that on the Firemind's Vessel. Probably not at this point. What I can do, though, is take a look at what they have going on. Amass 1. Maybe we can put another 1/1 counter on that with our New Horizons. What is this? The Elder Spell? Destroy any number of Planeswalkers. Then they can start playing these little dudes. Eternal Skylord, Herald, the Elder Spell. Huh, I could see getting rid of... oh, that's the worst part, is they can filter their... Like, once we draw our Planeswalker, they can filter all their loyalty into this Vraska. But I don't think we have a good answer to Eternal Skylord right now. Zombie tokens have flying. Yeah. Yeah, let's get rid of this Skylord, I think. Then we get to amass. It's kind of a threat. And why not? Let's put New Horizons here. Pump our new zombie army and kill Firemind's Vessel. Destroy target artifact. And that should definitely put a damper on what they can do. Then what? Well, we could... I don't know. I still don't want to attack here. Maybe we'll draw some kind of Planeswalker that can kill this assassin, then we'll have good attackers. But that Vraska was just too much for me to deal with. There's one Herald. They've got 2 Heralds. They would have played them both this turn, but we kind of slowed that down. Can't do much. I cannot do much. We know they're 2 cards. They have 1 more Herald, which they're playing now, and 1 The Elder Spell. I wish I had an Eternal Skylord. Then I could then I could attack with my V2 Ghazi. Now they're going to discard extra lands with the Visionary and win the game that way. So yeah, I'm trying to think what we can do here. Well, that's a good draw. And this will win the game eventually. We can even activate it once now. Imagine getting to 16 lands. That'd feel pretty good. 8. We're 16 sources. We don't even need 16 lands. 5 away from that. Double activate. First strike, when it dies, amass 1. They're trying to be a bit of an aggressive deck, which makes sense since they do have these powerful Planeswalkers to fall back on. What the heck? I was trying to use the mana. Well, oh well, we missed out on 2 damage. Somehow I confused myself into making the worst possible play, but that's fine because we drew a very good card. Planeswalker, land, creature. I don't think there's a good artifact or enchantment to destroy, so that's it. Creature, land, Planeswalker. As long as I don't mess this up, I think I'll be okay. I could have killed this Death Toucher, but that's not the issue now. The issue was their card advantage. We have a win condition on the board. V2 Ghazi is a good blocker, so who cares about the Death Touch? Okay, who's next? Untap target permanent, and then they can draw for getting big creatures into play. They still have the Elder Spell. Ugh. 8 mana. There we go. Kaya. Exile target creature. Untap target permanent. It's probably worth getting Kaya into play and killing this assassin. Don't you think? Then they can, well, maybe not, huh? They have the Elder Spell to deal with Kaya. Exile target creature. Then they can filter all of that into Kiora. But then we can just attack with our V2 Ghazi every turn, so maybe it's worth it. And then when we draw our next Planeswalker, we're set up. Exile target creature. The other thing we can do is exile like the Herald or something, but I like this better. Yeah, forces them to use the Elder Spell. We can go ahead and, you know, force them to chump here. They get to amass 1. Was this the optimal play? I'm not sure, because now they get to really pressure Kaya on the way back. And they might be tempted to use the Elder Spell on it to begin with. The Elder Spell. The path to power is often paved with atrocities. Yeah, they're using it. That's actually so good for us. Instead of them pressuring it by attacking. But then they have to worry about our V2 Ghazi attacking back. So they get 4 loyalty on Kiora, which is not... It's not insane. Let's put it that way. I guess I can see trading the zombie army off for 3/2. I mean, it trades up. Can't do too much better than that. Untap that, that's fine. Cool. Land is okay. I'm not going to complain about land. Here, we'll attack Kiora again. Why Kiora? Because I don't want them to have a big old Planeswalker in play. And they're just going to block anyway. That dies, and before I forget... Oh my goodness, I absolutely don't know how to do this. It's 7, I thought it was 8. I will get it. I will get it right, eventually. Looking good for us. Now they have a big old zombie army, don't they? They can untap it, but now Kiora is pretty dead. Ooh, now we have Kaya. Are they going to have the Planeswalker counterspell? That would be one we want to know about. But yeah, let's just get rid of all their hard work. This is all of the amass triggers that they had. What? 4 damage to... Oh, change the target of a spell or ability. Oh no. Oh no. So, goodbye V2 Ghazi. But it's a land, it's not a creature. Alright, fair enough. And then I think that puts us on chump mode with Opportunist. What the heck? Alright, so then we can exile Zombie Army with Kaya at long last. That's awful. What did they do? They untapped the army, which doesn't make too much sense to me, but there you go. Okay, we have a creature. Our board is slightly better. Do you think they're just sandbagging lands? They've dealt with a lot of our threats. I mean, they've dealt with Awakening. There is one way we can get it back. Can't attack alone. And they find another creature, and they have an Opportunist as well. So this is really getting bad. Oh, Sorin's good though. We can return a pretty small creature from our graveyard to our hands. I'm not sure what that would be. I guess Shriek Diver or something. Oh, we could get Vampire Opportunist back. That's probably the way to go. Before our Sorin dies. Black-white. Don't counter it, please. They have 3 mana up. It's exactly what I don't want to see. Don't tell me it's going to counter our spell. Okay, so minus. Make sure I click on the right one here. Get this back. 4, 5, 6, 7. So yeah, I guess we do have enough to activate it. It feels really weird to have a Planeswalker and not activate it in a given turn. But you're going to have a lot of those turns in this set. But don't forget to activate the ones that you can activate every turn. Wall of Runes. It's an 0/4, and you get to scry 1 when it enters. Nice. Cards like that will protect your Planeswalkers. But they're also the cards I would cut first out of my decks. Can't attack alone. So they have to come in with 2 creatures. That is super awkward. Do I let Sorin die? Do I let Sorin die? We can always get the Opportunist back. So let me make this block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, because I know how much it costs. And please kill their thing. Yes, we got their Opportunist. I'll call that an even trade. And yeah, we have our Sorin. Nice. That is too good. It's actually too good. I didn't know what I was doing there. Whatever. Bioessence Hydra. Then we can plus Sorin. They might concede to this. This is just completely ridiculous. Okay. I should have done that to Kiora, I guess. But now I just pass. Lifelink 9/9 Trample Hydra Mutant Legend Frog Lizard Wizard Ninja. Man, those Simics sure are crazy. What is this? Sacrifice any number of creatures and or planeswalkers. Get rid of your wall. Get rid of Kiora. Just the wall? That's not that exciting. They really like this Kiora. I mean, it's okay. Untapping a bunch of things is vigilance, practically. Blast Zone. That's nice here because they have lots of stuff that costs 3. That's what's good about that. Let's get our little vampire dude back, which notably doesn't cost 3. Do they think they're going to kill my Hydra? I don't know. Do I care? I can attack Kiora. Maybe I just don't care. I'm just going to hold back and block and then try to blast away everything they have left. This card has been way better in limited than I thought. I mean, it's performed well a couple times, but there's been multiple instances where it like kills 3 things of theirs and none of mine. That's first priority. Put 2 counters on it. I mean, it starts with 1, so up to 3. And they're like, oh, yeah. It would be reasonable to concede to that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I did it right. Good deal. Blast Zone. Now, just double checking it doesn't kill any of our things. And it does kill all of their things. Just to check. Yeah. Good deal. What can we do? I mean, they're playing the Planeswalker game. That's why Toll of the Invasion is going to be solid. Hasty creatures are good. Return target creature and give it haste. I mean, that's an option. Each opponent sacrifices a creature. That gets really bad when they have a bunch of amass creatures. When they die, they amass. Thunder Drake. See, I don't want too much. I don't want too much in the way of blue, but some of those things could be okay. Courage in Crisis. Well, what is the other thing? They had Death Touch. So flyers do get better for that reason. Sorin's Thirst gets a bit better for that reason. But I tell you, we're doing so many of the right things that I can't see changing too much up here. I'm going to submit again like this. Ugin's Conjurant is also really good against Death Touch 1/1s especially. What a weird card. Anyway, I'm going to keep this very dark hand that I can barely see what's in it, because I do see 2 lands and a Conjurer, which is kind of late. Sorin's Thirst is going to be hard to cast, but maybe we'll be okay. Who knows? It's usually my excuse for keeping bad hands. Maybe it'll work out. Okay, this thing's too good to even appear correctly in our hand. Mana Geode, I love it. There aren't very many ways for them to counter Mana Geode. But that is a sight for sore eyes. Look at this beautiful rock. Put me a land on top. Guild Globe, I really want land. I really just want good old-fashioned land. It doesn't even help us cast... I guess it does help us cast Thirst, doesn't it? But if we're looking at our next turn... I don't know. This is what we'll have to draw next turn. So... well, we're just going to play Centaur Nurturer or Shriek Diver next turn. I'm going to bottom that. The only reason to keep it would be to help us play Sorin, and the land we draw is even better at doing that, if we get there. Firemind's Vessel, or we could draw towards the removal spell for that. That would be the best. Alright, this is so tough. I guess we go for the Nurturer, and then let Nicol Bolas kill the Nurturer, then attack Nicol Bolas with Shriek Diver, and maybe that'll be good enough. I'm not even sure if that kills Nicol Bolas. How much loyalty would a Nicol Bolas be at after killing a creature? Hopefully only 2, but I don't know. Oh, thank goodness. It's just a Skylord. That's all. Black mana is great. We have tons to do here. 6 mana. This only adds 1. 6 mana. So what we can do is like Sorin and Sorin's Thirst. Is that true? Yeah, no, because we need another white to do that. Zombie tokens you control have flying. What are we supposed to do here? I really want to Sorin's Thirst this zombie army. But maybe we just have to let that thing live for a turn. No, we can't play Sorin this turn. There's no way to protect it, really, if we want to play 2 things. Wow. What to do? Getting a 3/5 out is not the worst idea. But I think what we're going to do here is Sorin's Thirst the zombie army and play Spellkeeper Weird and call it a day. That's plenty of good protection from what they have out. It's pretty good insurance for what they could play. Don't do it. Okay, that's just a Vraska. I'm not too worried about Vraska. We can pressure that with Shriek Diver. This thing doesn't get flying, right? Just zombie tokens. We can pressure and maybe kill it. So how do we do that? Black for the Shriek Diver. Come on, work. You can do it. Blue, green, black for New Horizons here. Now if they just have a 3 damage spell for the Shriek Diver, that's rough. But what what can you do? So we put the counter here. We add, I don't know, white or something. Give that haste. Try to kill this Vraska. The awkward thing would be if they like had some instant speed amass spell. But even that should only be a 1/1. What are they? They must have something here. There must be some kind of trick. Get Vraska. Or is it just all going to work? Wow, it worked. Now we get the next challenger, Ral Storm Conduit. +2 to scry, and then their -2 is to copy an instant or sorcery that they're about to play. Tough scry, let's see where that went. That went to the bottom. So how are we going to manage this? We can pretty much outrace this Ral. We can use our Sorin on it. Get white here, black, green for Sorin. See if this thing resolves. It should. +1, or +2 rather. Having a +2 is nice. My +2 is better than your +2. Get our little lifelink in here. And we can finish off with an Opportunist holding up Weird. So they'll scry 2 again, I imagine, or scry 1, plussing 2. So no real value there. I mean, they put a card on the bottom, so I guess that kind of counts. I like this card, Lazotep Reaver. It just puts stuff on the battlefield more than one card usually does, and that can help protect your planeswalkers and whatever. It also gives them a blocker for our Shriek Diver. But I don't think that's worth sacrificing our weird for. No, I don't. Oh, maybe it is. Maybe it is worth sacrificing it, because we can get it back with Sorin eventually. Oh dear, okay. 4. Yeah, let's do that. Going infinite. This is what going infinite feels like. Cancel. Okay, so first things first, we want to know if our Shriek Diver hits, or if it can attack. So we attack, then we Sorin's Thirst the army, which is their only flyer. And then if it hits, we will plus Sorin to kill it. Bolt Bend. Oh, you're kidding me here. Oh no. Sorin's Thirst. So now they'll kill our poor Shriek Diver. I forgot about that card. Oh well. Oh well. Shriek Diver. Now what do we want to do now? What if they draw a big amass spell? I don't know. I think I want to get back... I want to get back my Shriek Diver is what I want. Yeah, keep pressuring this Ral. If we put it down to 1, it makes it a lot harder for it to... Or if we put it to 3, it makes it a lot harder for them to survive after copying a spell. Okay, more scries. 3, 4... Not quite enough to activate the Opportunist this turn, which we can sit behind and win the game with. Neheb, Dreadlord, something or other. Well, that's pretty good. Don't have a good answer to that yet. We'll probably have to just double block that. What is this? Okay, draw that many cards, add that much red until end of turn. Draw that many cards? Oh, it has to do damage to something. I see. Draw that many cards. Alright, thank goodness we can stop it from doing damage. We can also get back our weird, which is probably worth it at this point. Let's get back that weird past the turn. Neheb, the last one was something like when it attacked, but this one it's when it deals combat damage to a defending entity. Your turn. Can't redirect the Opportunist or anything like that to a Planeswalker, so they just get to keep having fun with Ral, while we have our Sorin that's hard to deal with. Keep scrying. And that means they're not finding a good spell to copy, which is great news. They're keeping it on top, though. That is scary. The Elder Spell. Yeah. Oh well, good thing we got back our weird instead of pumping it up. Do they want to attack? There's not so much they can attack with. I guess the zombie army can come in now that we don't have a real way to threaten their morale. This thing's coming in. Okay. I guess that means they want to kill this vampire opportunist. You can try, although I'm just going to try to kill that thing. Well, let's see. They kill 2 creatures like this, which does suck. But it does kill Neheb, and I cannot let Neheb hit me, so this is my one chance to stop that business. The best thing would be to draw get creature back, get planeswalker back, or that. That's also very good. That's insanely good here. What does this look like? The worst possible thing for you. You got it. They don't have an enchantment. They have artifact, creature, land, planeswalker. Good old-fashioned 4 for 1. And I think we want to kill a blue, or maybe a black so they can't Elder Spell again. 1, 2. It also makes Bolus harder to cast, that's for sure. Yep, good game. Is this over? We could try to kill that assassin. I'm not sure that they mind trading hits here, but technically I'm ahead if we do. Maybe they'll kill it with the assassin, then we can get our 9/9 in there, so that's a worthy trade. And if they attack with their assassin, then they're running the risk of us just getting in for 9. What a draw. Can we do it again? I don't know, I guess so. Let's get rid of that assassin, attack for 2. Actually, leave it back. I don't want them to get Kaya down to 2. I need to be a bit quicker though. They're both coming in. Let's get rid of that. I will leave Kaya at 3 to deal with a potential future threat. Gateway Plaza, not the draw they wanted. And at this point, I could see attacking or using Kaya. Or just attacking with the wolf. That's a good compromise. I want to kill them quickly. They could have Bolus next turn, but they only have 1 card in their hand, so either it's Bolus and they can cast it this turn, or they need to draw it this turn. And that could turn things around. I mean, we haven't been incredibly efficient with Kaya, that's for sure. No attacks there. Toll of the Invasion. Why not? See what you got. If nothing else, we amass 1. Oh no. Counterspell or something. Awesome. Alright, 3-0. Let's keep going. Round 4. Do I want to play first? No, thank you. And keeping this monocolored hand again, I think, because we have stuff to do early. Aid the Fallen. And it's just a matter of getting that Horizons at some point. Trusty old Shriek Diver. If we really wanted to curve out, play that Conjurant on turn 1. I don't know. What the heck is this thing? Oh, I guess it comes into play tapped. The real downside. Yeah, get the Blast Zone in there. We might want to get that up to 2 sooner rather than later and just blast out this Taskmaster before it starts getting stuff back. Iron Bully, yeah, now it's an even bigger creature. We might have to blast this thing. Or we could just make a 4/4 Conjurant and sort of deal with it that way. Yeah, let's not miss our land for this. I mean, to blast it, we have to sacrifice Blast Zone. Which is definitely not something we want to do. We're getting hit for 4 here. That is rough, but we will have the Conjurant up, and hopefully they don't have whatever Obnixilus's final damage or whatever it's called, because that also messes us up. Obnixilus's Fatality. Great. 4. Don't kill it, please. They didn't have it, and it's an instant, so they would have been able to play it there. Card I haven't seen yet. I mean, probably the best common in this set. And it is common, so you can no problem opening multiples of those. We did not open any. I assume it is trying to pair us against people of similar record. It doesn't always do that exactly, but you know, especially for like 4-0 players, there just aren't that many searching at once. But it could be that this is another 3-0 or 3-1 or something. And you'd expect to play against better cards. Oh, there's Obnixilis. Are they gonna destroy Ugin's Conjurant here? I would, I think. Then I'd probably lose. Tough card to play. It does a ton of damage here. 4, it does 7 damage. Because we'll draw the card and then, well, then hopefully we'll draw green so we can kill Obnixilis before we take too much more. No, they're not using it. That's crazy. Wow. Well, good luck on me. We have this, wow, we have so much to do this turn. Definitely green. Definitely New Horizons, and then we can follow up with a Pollenbright Druid to get 4 in on Obnixilis and get another counter in on Blast Zone. That is probably the craziest the craziest play I can imagine. Proliferate. 1, 2, 3. Done. Don't want their stuff getting bigger. I don't want them to chump with Iron Bully, but I do want them to lose Obnixilis. How much worse of shape would we be in if they'd killed the Conjurant? We had the perfect cards anyway. Right, now they don't have that option. We'll take 1 more off of Obnixilis. But we have good blockers. We can double block Iron Bully if we really want. They have nothing in their graveyard, so no value off the Taskmaster. It's also just outclassed. Thank goodness. Thank goodness they did not kill Ugin's Conjurant. Blast Zone. Aid the Fallen. Hopefully I draw one of my many Planeswalkers this turn to set up a better Aid the Fallen. Because this is a format where you want to get your 2-for-1s when you have the chance. I mean, people just have so many cards. They should probably be killing their own Iron Bully. And I don't know, probably not getting it back, but something like that. Lazotep Reaver. Okay, puts us down to 11. We get a nice little scry here. Too funny though. We can 2-for-1 them here with our blast zone. Well, 2-for-2, I guess. Vessel, don't need it. Tell you what, let's finish off that Obnixilis. And the Conjurant just doesn't do that much here. Better as a blocker. And what it lets us do is double block the Bully. Thank goodness this doesn't bring back a Planeswalker to your hand. Yeah, double block the Bully, destroy all 2-drops after blocks. Which I might do now. You know, I could just wait. We're not in a rush. There we go. Six. Let's attack first. And is there anything we want to kill with Kaya? Maybe there's just not. And we can just hold it back. Invest the 6 mana. Use it later if we need to. Oh, this would be a good turn for them to attack. Because we don't have the 3 mana up we need for Blast Zone. Whoops. But it doesn't change too much. I'd probably still make the same play. Even though we can't be quite as cute in our blocks and they can chip away at Kaya's loyalty. But that's okay, because unless they discard our Aid for the Fallen, or Aid the Fallen, we can get back 2 creatures. Or, sorry, a creature and Kaya. We have action. Bloom Hulk, which is my favorite card in this set. Art, size, ability. What does it do, though? It gets things pumped up. We have a 4/5 Taskmaster, a 2/2 zombie army, and who knows what all else. Oh no, they're gonna pump up our blast zone so it kills our creatures instead. That's too funny. That was a really savvy play. Well done. I don't like this attack though. We still get to kill the Taskmaster. It does leave us with a 1/1, but I mean, if they ever expect to, you know, let's see, both of these things coming in. That's interesting. I don't want to lose too much loyalty on Kaya. You can't blame me. But how do we deal with this? Oh, everything's coming in. We got all kinds of crazy stuff coming in. Yeah. Well, through Iron Bullies coming in, we can let Kaya take something like 4 and then finish off another creature. Get rid of the army. I kind of want to get rid of the Conjurant. Oh, this is a tough one. But at this point, yeah, let's go ahead and jump there. Kaya takes 2 down to 5. We'll have a 1/1. Or we could just let Kaya die. That is too interesting. So we could block with our Pollen Bright Druid here. Let Kaya go to 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Use Kaya's ability once. Then get it back. Then play it and use it again. Delightfully devilish. Their end step. Isn't that good? I think that's pretty good. Okay, get rid of this Taskmaster. Aid the Fallen. Return one of each. I can't even mess this up. Pay 2. And what do we have here? We have a Kaya that is going to exile Bloom Hulk and do 9 to them. Or maybe just 5 and give them a rough time at getting past the Shriek Diver. That also leaves them without very many creatures. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Puts them at 5. And 5 kills them because we have Pollen Bright next turn. Yeah, I might as well do this. Sweet. And they know we have it. So what's this going to be? Ugin, the Ineffable. I hope this doesn't exile all of my things. Doesn't hit our Conjurant. It can make a 2/2. So it kills our Shriek Diver. Then what? Then they have to leave something back, so they don't necessarily get to kill Kaya. Not a bad play here. No attacks at all. None at all. Well, I can almost get in there this turn. I can kill all 3 drops, which kills the Iron Bully only. I can make Conjurant a bit bigger. I can make Kaya a bit bigger. And they can keep plussing to make blockers, which is really bad. Thank goodness we have this Spellkeeper weird. That's going to be really good with Aid the Fallen next turn. Well, yeah, I'm not sure we necessarily want to use Blast Zone yet until they have a real threat. Gosh, a tough one. Well, we know we want this. We probably want this. Proliferate here and here. And wait. Do I want to attack Ugin? Or I guess we can attack them. Yes. They can just chump with any old thing. Iron Bully. And we get to exile the Reaver. Or something like that. Okay, I mean this is whatever, I guess. Yeah, my next play is going to be to put a couple counters on Blast Zone to get it up to 6. Now that our, well, we can't get up to 6 quite, but yeah, now that Kaya's kind of useless, we can start getting this Blast Zone to target Ugin. Vraska. That's probably what I need to take out then. Vraska making a Death Touch creature. Oh, great. Yeah, Vraska's a good one. Some of these uncommon planeswalkers are really solid. Some don't do much unless you really have a build around, but yeah, so now we'll just put 2 on there, or 1 on there. Paying 2. Hydra. Okay, I can dig it. Hydra. What does Hydra do? I don't know, but I think we want to get back our Shriek Diver. And attack this Ugin. I don't know. It's tough. It's a close one. Aid the Fallen. Get back our Diver. Kill Ugin. We have Blast Zone to finish off Vraska. Swing in, kill Ugin. Killing Ugin is so important here because it just pluses to make an infinite chain of 2/2s. And each one of these manifestations comes back to their hand when it leaves the battlefield. A really cool version of it, as opposed to the actual manifest where you can like flip it or morph it, I guess, when it's a creature. Otherwise you can't. That was kind of a weird one. Assassin. Easy block, I guess. We've already used our Aid the Fallen and our Spellkeeper Weird, but I still don't want to deal with this Death Touch, so I think it would block with the Druid. Both of those coming in. So what I might do here... I don't care about Kaya dying, that's the thing. I just don't care about Kaya dying. What are they gonna, how is this gonna benefit them at all? I don't know, but I don't know. They kill Kaya. Oh well, let's kill a couple creatures. The story is here, they're going to make another Death Toucher, and Kaya's gone. And now they have, what the heck is this? Tithe Bearer Giant. Draw a card and lose a life. 6, and now we don't really care about Vraska. I mean, their Death Touch creatures get a little more scary. Player stuff out. Blue. Maybe no, I really shouldn't kill Vraska. I'm going to do 2 after them. Hold my stuff back. Hold up Blast Zone for what it's worth. And I really just don't care about Vraska, so I'll save Blast Zone for a bomb they might play. Get it? What else would a Blast Zone be for? Everything's coming in. Wow, this is just nuts. What am I going to do? 4, 5, 6. I'll take 6. Sure. I think it's cute to block this assassin with the Conjurant because Death Touch doesn't do very well against it. I'm at 5. Can you Sorin's Thirst me, or I don't know how you'd get out of this mess. But what I absolutely don't want to happen is them to get this card back into their hand or to lose a creature. I want lots of lethal creatures. Nice. What is this lag? Okay, we're back in it. Dreadmulkin. Sorin's Thirst, I wonder. It's probably not at its best here. Opponent sacrificing creatures, again, not that good. Bond of Revival might be decent here. The way it attacks planeswalkers. We don't have that many creatures, so I think it's probably not worth it. But it's cute to get back Spellkeeper Weird and the Hydra are the main ones. Charity Extractor. I don't know how to feel about that. Okay, let's... did I already submit? I guess this is good then. Ashiok Skulker. I really like this card, but I wouldn't want so much blue in this deck, I think, when we have plenty of decent alternatives and decent win conditions outside of that. Like, what are the real win conditions here? I guess we could attack, but really it's the Opportunist, the Shriek Diver, apparently, Sorin, some of these monsters. Yeah, we don't have that much, actually. That much that really wins the game. Maybe we need another threat. And the Skulker does a good job. Return to Nature, is that any good here? I think so. Casualties of War, that's pretty good. God Pharaoh's statue. I don't think this is like the win condition you want, especially since people are main decking so much artifact removal. I guess I haven't seen that much of it, but they ought to be. And that just gives them a nice clean target for it. How about this hand? This looks great. We have some lands. We've got an early 2/2, I guess, if we really want it. I might save the Pollen Bright Druid. If we thought we'd have to pressure a Planeswalker early, I could change my mind there. Oh. Yeah, I don't know. Crunch Wrangler. I guess that's a thing. I think I'm going to put this in to try to trade. We should be able to win in card advantage since we're on the draw. And I could see just getting too pressured too early. So yeah, might as well trade our 2-drops, our common 2-drops for one another. This is another card that can get out of hand. I don't think it would, but if it did, now we don't have to worry about it. 3, okay. Blast Zone, I don't really want them to know about this, but no big deal. And ours is going to hit harder than the Iron Bully. Menace 2/2 unless they start proliferating left and right. Don't do it. What is this? Landfall proliferate. What? And they do have a blocker for Arlen's Wolf. That's annoying. Nurturer? Maybe we go for that. What does the Nurturer do? Landfall proliferate's really bad for us. I could play a 4/4 Conjurant to try to block this thing. Or the Nurturer. Tough one. We can also use Nurturer to set up the Druid, and then use that to set up Blast Zone. Unfortunately, we can't put 2 counters on the Blast Zone this turn, so yeah, I think we're just up for playing a creature here and passing. Yep, try to deal with this Iron Bully before it becomes a 10-10 menace. And if we put too many counters on the blast zone before we're able to use it, we should really do this on their end step, because if we put it up to 3, they can put it up to 4 by playing a land, which is really cool that that exists in this format. All right, after some thinking, they are getting some stuff pumped up here. Wait, what? Oh, they put a counter on the Sage. I gotcha. And now they're going to proliferate these two things. They had a lot of options here, and this was one of them. We're going to have a tough choice. I guess what we'll do is block Evolution Sage with Ugin's Conjurant, if that's what they allow to happen. Otherwise, we're double blocking Iron Bully, which they would be fine with, I'm sure. I wish we had some removal to kill the Evolution Sage, because that's what's really going to win them this game. Yeah, we'll double block here. So they'll put the Conjurant down to a 2/2. No, they're not doing that. They're just killing it, which is great, I think. Anyway, let's get... Oh, I don't know what to get. Let's get this into play. We're still at a pretty healthy life total here, and it would be nice to be able to get Sorin into play, and then when they kill Sorin, getting it back with Aid the Fallen, getting it and like Ugin's Conjurant back. And this is the best divination ever in this format. You get your best creature and best planeswalker back. It's not always that good, but often it's that good. Should we offer the trade here? I'm tempted to say absolutely not, but I'm also tempted to say yes. I think we shouldn't do it. Because if they have any kind of trick, we just don't even have white mana left over. Nurturer, please be done playing lands. Okay, this could work out. Get the white. Get Sorin. Then what? Then we want to get back a creature into play. And that'll be Pollen Bright Druid to proliferate. Yeah, because we're going to put a counter on Blast Zone and Sorin. And then at the end of their turn, we can pump Blast Zone up to 3, so we can jump block the Sage with the Arlen's Wolf, and probably save our Sorin, although I wouldn't mind if it dies here, especially if it leads them to make a risky attack. Yeah, I mean, if we don't have to use Aid the Fallen yet, that's great. I accept. But yeah, the proliferate there was nice, because now it's cheaper to get it up to 3 counters on their end step. Here they come. Sage coming in. Everything's coming in at Sorin. Great. If this is happening, what if we kill their Nurturer? That makes sense, right? We've already got an answer to the Sage. We're already going to kill our wolf. Soren's already better off dead. Put a charge counter on here. Perfect. Guild Globe. Before any Guild Globe nonsense, let's sacrifice this to kill that sage. Yes, it worked. Then we have options. Maybe the best option is just to use Aid the Fallen this turn to get back Conjurant and Soren. And their board's pretty bad, so we can just attack them. I'll leave back the Pollen Bright Druid. I don't care if they attack. I would happily trade off here. If I really cared, I would have held back the Nurturer, but yeah, looking good. Our hand is amazing. 1 cantrip and basically 4 planeswalkers and or creatures. Because Spellkeeper Weird gets back Aid the Fallen, which gets back Soren. Challenger Troll. 6/5. Can we beat it? We can play a 6/6. No, we can play a 7/7. A 7/7 is bigger than a 6/5. Yeah, it is. Okay. Outclassed. Of course, they take 7 counters off it when we trade, but better than losing to it. I can't believe I thought this thing was the old Phantom mechanic, where all damage was prevented and only 1 counter was taken off. This card would be mythic rare if it did that. An infinite chump blocker. 7 mana, you get 7 chump blocks, and if you ever have Proliferate or some other buff, it just never dies. Put a 1/1 counter there, and now you want to trade. That is totally fine with me, because my hand is way better than yours. Soren's Thirst. We can even kill Jiang Yangu. Do this. Filter into Soren. See what we get. Yeah, first thing, I'll just try to attack that Planeswalker so they don't get too many more counters here. It's slow, but it ends up being 3 mana for at least 3 power and toughness of creatures, unless, of course, it dies. So protecting your stuff is just so important. Here we get this guy. Oh wait, do we want to bring back a creature? What would we bring back? Pollen Bright Druid? No, I'll just start plussing it. Get bigger things back later. Oh, I should have played Soren first to get the lifelink off of it. Oh well, what are you going to do? Draw a card, lose a life. That's a good one. Lifelink. Get the weird. Plus Soren. And play the Wessel. So we've kind of run out of stuff to do. But getting back, like, even if Soren dies here, getting back Aid the Fallen with the weird and then getting Soren back, that's all pretty good. And like, we don't necessarily want the Soren to die because we just have other planeswalkers to draw to. And while it's on the field, we're winning. I mean, it's like a good ill-gotten inheritance. Yeah, they'll go after it. Fair enough. Bloom Hulk. Love this card. I even like when my opponent plays it. Bloom Hulk. What do we do about that thing? Not much to do about it. I really want to get a creature back, but I don't know, like, we don't have any good creatures in our graveyard. We could get back Spellkeeper Weird. That's pretty good. Let's get back Aid the Fallen. Spellkeeper Weird. And then just wait. Sure. I kind of want to... No, I should... okay, this is fine. This is fine. Shows them a bit of what we have. If we were considering attacking there, it means we have a way to punch through Bloom Hulk. I didn't want to give them that impression, but I might have. Oh, but I might have. They're like, I don't even know if I want to kill Soar now, although this is not one you could ignore. I do have my colors now. So yeah, what I'll do, I guess, is block the Hulk with the Nurturer, finish it off with Sorin's Thirst at the end of turn. Okay. Keep plussing. I mean, that really isn't one they can ignore for all that long. Maybe we get back Ugin's Construct and just make a fairly big construct. I don't want to have my shields down for the weird. So I'll just make a 7/7 and hold up weird mana. I know it looks strange, but that's just how it goes. That's just how it ghost. Oh yes, the lag of them conceding to me. Awesome, on to the finals, I guess. Go for that epic 5-0. The final round, I will choose to be on the draw again. Generally, you know, a good strategy in sealed. If the format just isn't that fast, maybe like Ixalan or something, you could have a good enough deck to get ahead. Do I want to keep this? Yeah, this looks great. If I'm lucky enough, I'll draw a Swamp turn 1 or something, but even if we don't, we do have our fixing and so forth. The only worry here is that we do get run over by some fast Boros deck, but it seems like we're not having to contend with that just yet. There's the Swamp. Too late. That's okay. That's okay, because now our New Horizons looks much better. And they're kind of color stuck at the moment. Maybe mana stuck? Okay, okay. Whoop. Hold on. Yeah, we don't want to put it on our black source. But yeah, I'll put it on my green source. Kind of an awkward card to play. And get him, cat. Is this cat good? It is probably decent as a one of. And again, all of these early evasive creatures are just so potentially good against planeswalkers. That's not too bad. Fair is fair. Gideon's Triumph. It could have killed a whole lot more creatures. What is this Gideon theme deck? What the heck? I don't know if we can beat that. That's going to be a tough one. Because it's not even a creature on my turn. So how do I... What am I going to do? Exile target non-land permanent. That's too powerful. That should not be allowed. Anyway, get in here with the bird. Maybe try to give Gideon a run for its money. Things looked really good a second ago, but then they're like, I kept a 2-land hand for a reason. I just have the best possible white cards all in a row. Vigilance, lifelink, or indestructible. Thank goodness it's not haste, huh? Lifelink until the end of their next turn. So what they do is they use that to protect old Gideon here. And I didn't draw the land I needed this turn. So, what can I do? What can I do? Well, I'll tell you one thing. We get in there and attack Gideon. They might even let it take the damage here. Okay, they're going to trade off. That's kind of good for me. Because what I get to do is either play Firemind Vessel, which guarantees Awakening this turn, or Epiphany, which could ramp me by 1 or 2. Yeah, and I guess Epiphany also guarantees I get something. So I think I'm going to go for the Epiphany here. I've already used my 1-drop, but there are some 2-drops. What color do I want to save? Yeah, I think I do want to save the black, Sorin's Thirst or something. So yeah, let me do Epiphany here. We get Sorin's Thirst. I don't want Obnixilis, so I'll put that on the top of the bottom. I don't mind drawing Spellkeeper Weird next turn. And then I'll put these two on the top. So go top, top, top. So we have Swamp and Sorin's Thirst available this turn. And then hopefully this Awakening can kill this Gideon before too long. So what do they have? Another creature. And then in response to this, we're going to Thirst it. Oh, it's working out so well. All of this would have been much more difficult if they didn't stumble on mana, but they did. So that's good news. Okay, get that swamp there. Finish off Gideon Blackblade, and and somehow, all right, we're in it. We're in it. And if they can't find their second color or do anything, gosh, what if it was a mono white deck? I imagine they're 2 colors, but we don't really know, do we? Game 1 out of the way. That is a scary one. Each opponent sacrifices a creature. Yeah, see that's not as good when Gideon is not a creature. I do like the idea of Sorin's Thirst. They know about 1 of it, but 2 of it might be even better. Toll is still good. Arlen's Wolf is pretty good against that. The Nurturer is probably still good. It might be nice to just have a 4/5 that can kind of trade hits with Gideon. What would we take out? I'm going to take out Return to Nature. I bet they have the Blackblade too. That'd be my luck. Diver's good. And maybe cut something like Firemind's Vessel. That's a tough one to cut. I definitely want a cut, though. Let's take out Obnixilis. That's been a weird one. I've never used the ability and won. I mean, sitting in play, it's fine, I guess, but it might just be worth cutting when we have lots of better stuff to do. Okay, get our combo again. Comboing our Dreadmilkin with the fact that it's turn 1 and we have a black source. What is this? Grateful Apparition? Proliferate? Whoa. Proliferate. Put a 1/1 counter on target creature. Okay, well we can proliferate, kind of. Or better than proliferate at this stage. Watch out for them having us sacrifice an attacking creature, of course. The annoying part here, well, I guess it's not that annoying. The Blast Zone can eventually kill this apparition, and they are red-white. Goodness. And now they're going to proliferate Gideon by hitting me on turn 3. No wonder they're... I mean, they might be 4-0 like us. It's not surprising given all this nonsense they have. And this has 6 loyalty now on turn 3 to kill any non-land permanent. I guess I can pressure it a little bit. 4, I can get it down to 2 by sacrificing Pollen Bright Druid. I don't think that's worth it. They get up another 4. Maybe it is worth it. Get that Gideon. If they have an answer to Dreadmilkin, we are so screwed. Okay, this thing gets lifelink again, or vigilance. So they'll have another blocker to help protect Gideon. And maybe they'll lose their apparition, and that's pretty good news for me. Do I even want to be on the draw against them? Can't attack alone. Okay, Soren, does that do anything here? Not really. First of all, we can't play it. Second of all, it doesn't do much. Alright. I don't want to see first strike, but I do want to kill that Gideon, so here we go. Attack Gideon. Will they double block it? I have no idea. Order's fine. Great. 2 for 1. Then Vessel gets us up to 7 next turn, which doesn't do as much as maybe the Nurturer. 7. Yeah, I think it's better to do the Nurturer here. Next turn we might even spend our mana to pump up the Blast Zone. Let's say they play another 3-drop creature here. I want to kill those creatures. +1 up to 1 other target creature. So if this thing is alone, it can still plus, which is pretty good. Big creature. Spellgorger weird. What if Gideon could give haste? That would be the most ridiculous thing ever. And maybe we just play a 4/5 here. Maybe we do. It's not incredibly easy for them to attack into a 4/5. But I also just want to kill those 2 permanents. It seems like the safest bet. We just hold back here. Put 2 counters on our Blast Zone. And will this card win it for us? This card is better than than I thought. I said it before, I'll say it again. Okay. They can protect one of their things with indestructible, which is smart. So the blast zone won't kill it. Although we could also activate the blast zone in their upkeep. I don't know why they're attacking there. Maybe they'll have another 2 damage, but who cares? Divine Arrow. That is fine, I think. So X is 2. That goes up to 3. My heart almost skipped a beat. I thought that card might have had Proliferate on it, and then I'm like, oh no, the Blast Zone is going to get wrecked. Yeah, so now we'll go ahead and activate Blast Zone in their upkeep so they lose the indestructible protection, which they should still have until their next turn. Until end of turn. Oh, so I can use this now. Gosh, I hope this works. Yay, it works. Did they not, like, why did they play the Populist? Maybe they just didn't see that play of ours. Don't know what to tell you. I don't have any answers. Okay, 1 creature, 1 small creature. We find land, which is good news. And we might as well play a creature. Hopefully they don't just have the 5 damage spell. We could still recover from that, but it would look a lot worse. Getting down to 6 life is not ideal. No attacks. That is really good. That's really good for me. I want to... Well, the only play I really have here is the Vessel. Pass it. It's a funny one. 4 mana, you'd expect it to do a lot. And it does. It adds 2, but it also comes into play tapped. Otherwise, I guess it would effectively cost 2. It makes sense. It makes sense. Flying 3/4. Flying 3/4. How do we deal with a flying 3/4? We don't. We just have to let it kill us. Maybe. Maybe that's true. No, we should be able to be okay here. I think what we can do is play the Hydra and Sorin's Thirst. And to be tricky about Sorin's Thirst, I'm going to attack with the Ceratok here. So that gets it. Hydra. And then, now that I know my trick about playing Planeswalkers after Hydra, we can get our Hydra up to an 8, up to a 10/10 next turn. 14 damage next turn, 15 including Sorin. So they're dead on board if they don't have a blocker or removal spell or whatever. And by on board, I mean including Sorin, who will be on board next turn. Okay. Do nothing, do nothing, do nothing. That's interesting too. 6, but it's actually no better than Sorin here. And potentially worse. Blue-white, so I'm trying to be tricky here. To leave blue up, so we can do our Spellkeeper weird second. What a weird card. Maybe they're counting here, but they have a lot of questions to answer. Like if they have the 5 damage spell, what are they gonna do? They probably have to point it at Sorin now. Okay, oh, I should have activated Sorin before playing this. We are 5-0 in my first Spark of Ravnica set, War of the Spark set. And, you know, a lot of that has to do with opening Sorin and double Kaya. I mean, Kaya's obviously good, but it might just be like one of the best uncommons you can open because it's 2 removal spells and unconditional and all that. So yeah, one of the better removal spells in the set. The Hydra was nuts. Some cards we had were maybe not as good as I thought they could have been, like Obnixilis. So yeah, you can side stuff like that out. But just ignore all of the vanilla and try to focus on 2 colors with like the powerful splashes off of things like this. Don't be afraid to play a bunch of mana sources, especially if you have some good card advantage engines. The really sick one was Aid the Fallen plus the weird Spellkeeper Weird. Would recommend. All right, good luck in your sealeds, good luck in your drafts, and I'll catch you next time.